And, Coach, we are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On second down, Kamara. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. He completes it to Bryant. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Going deep here for Bryant. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Sendejo. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. That's caught by Howard. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Throwing now is Wentz. And he's taken down here by the Saints. A.J. Klein in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep is Marcus Sherrills. Taken in at the 22. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Yellow lady, yellow lady.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they throw it?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Kill.
Breeze now on 1st down. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. He's going to run, and the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Working from the gun, Wentz. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Breeze. Room past the 20. Catch here, left side, Thomas. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 93 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on third down, Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, they run with Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Wentz going to throw. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. Into the red zone, Wentz. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. On 1st and goal, Howard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. Escapes this, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz now to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down.
21.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. That's caught. It's the rookie Traquan Smith. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Breeze now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Breeze. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Lutz's kick is good. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Go, go.
Wentz now on first down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Wentz on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Sammy!
Breeze to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Saints on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Malik Jackson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. With it is Jackson. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Howard. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On the handoff, this is Howard. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jackson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Wentz now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10.
74.
They pitch out to Howard. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Throwing now is Wentz. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Shorty.
Now Wentz. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
21.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
11.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. On third and long, it's Breeze. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And got his man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Looks good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Right side caught by Jackson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10 at their own 23. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go. So So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now Breeze. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Throwing on first is Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Now Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Agholor. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
It's caught by Agholor. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. To throw is Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here's Wentz to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Wentz to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. A 3-yard gain and enough for the 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. Back to throw. Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. P.J. Williams with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for New Orleans, they pick up win number 7 on the year.